चाहिए संप्रेत।
हाँ हाँ आ जाएगी हाँ हाँ ओके इट्स स्टार्टेड
चलो
हाँ हाँ ओके
thank you so much. So hi guys, welcome you all to this special session that we have with uh, achievers who managed to convert their college of dreams. We have Sameer Prakash, converted TISS, coveted HRM program. We have Sukhin Singh, who has managed to convert almost 3 or 4 colleges like SCHMRD, MICA, and ODCL program of TISS, and finally he chose to go for ODCL. And then we have Kushagra, who got into GIM, Goa Institute of Management, PGP program. And apart from this, we have Abhishek, the special one, Abhishek, who managed to convert TISS HRM program. He's currently working for FCI, and he's been like, why he is special? Because he has been trying for TISS for almost like 3 years. This was his third attempt. So this is something special, and I will start my question with Abhishek only. So Abhishek, I just want to know the first reaction when you got to know that you finally you made it. What was your first reaction? You can take your time. We are here to listen to you.
Hello, Arang, am I audible?
Yes, it is.
So, first of all, thanks for me having here, and yeah. So, just need to one thing that this was my second attempt.
Okay,
So,
second. Sorry, my
uh,
bad.
this was my second. Yeah, yeah. So, the first reaction was मेरा selection कैसे हो गया इसमें? क्योंकि at the last moment of my interviews, मतलब मेरा अच्छा नहीं गया था. मैंने कुछ मैशअप किया था. First 20 minutes was very good. But last के 5 minutes I said something which they were not. I am not the correct fit for their program. So I was trying to convince them that yes, I would not leave the course in between. So they were thinking that this guy may leave the course in between if we selected you. तो मेरे को लास्ट में मैशअप हो गया था. मुझे लग रहा था कि मुझे सिलेक्ट नहीं करने वाले ये लोग. बट सो दिस वाज माय फर्स्ट एक्शन कि यार ये कैसे हो गया. एचआर कैसे कन्वर्ट हो गया.
Great. So now I'll come to Sukhin. Sukhin, you had a multiple options. You got into MICA, which is famous for marketing. You got into TSS ODCL program. You had an option of SCHMRD. So I just want to know the rationale on which you made your decision to go for ODCL.
Okay, so let me break this down by when I had to make this decision. Firstly, I had to choose between SCMHRD and MICA. So I spent a couple of days trying to reach out to alums of both places, speaking with them comprehensively. And then I realized that MICA as an institution will offer you so much creative freedom and freedom to just be an adult and do whatever you want in the field of marketing. And secondly, when you look at their course and compare it to any other marketing school in the country, you'll find that the subjects that they teach are very unique and they're going to be very relevant in the future, if not now already. So that was the decision making that went there. Now, between MICA and TISS was sort of the hardest decision I've made in my life because I was already in MICA when the TISS result had started, when it was released. And once you get there, you sort of fall in love with the place. So it was very hard to make this decision, but I realized that the ODCL program resonates well with my work experience and my school of thinking and ideology. And I just looked at how statistically improbable was it for me to get into this, and I thought maybe the professor sees something in me that I don't yet. And with this, it was always about diversity. It's always been about diversity because you look at field internships and then you look at doing cross-discipline elective subjects. So you can practically study just about whatever you want in those 30-35 courses when you're at this. So the diversity component is something that I really valued, and I thought that all of this fits quite well with what I want to do in my life. So even though it's a newer program and this not an alumni base or everything, these are the questions everyone has, but it's doing very well. It's got a great structure, great subjects, great graduate outcome. So that is what essentially, and finally it's TISS. So that's what drove me towards this program. That's what my decision making was.
I kind of relate to your reason. I mean, the way you made decision. Maybe if I were in your position, I would be thinking in same way, same manner. Next we have the very special guest, Samir Prakash, and he's the guy who cleared the ISS HRM program and decided not to go for it because he wanted to pursue MBA from Ivy League colleges, probably from United States of America or Paris, or I don't know. He has a huge, big dream. So very ambitious guy we have right now here. And recently he also converted SIDBI. He got into SIDBI. He's about to join there. Currently he's working for Punjab National Bank, PNB, and he is about to join SIDBI. So I'll come to Sonu. And the question for Sonu is that TISS, the prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences, people prepare for that institute for like go for 2-3 attempts, even 4 attempts, and they keep on trying to get into that colleges. And you got into that college, and you decided not to go for it. So, from where you got this confidence? I just want to know, and what is your rationale behind this?
No, actually, the conversion of the test was I took as it is a backup because I wanted to change my domain, and I was not sure that I really wanted to go for the HRM because I never opted it for it. I was more interested into finance because working in the banking sector. And at the moment, the result came of the test. SIDBI result also arrived after a few days, like on 30th SIDBI result, and my interviews were good. So my end dream was join RBI because I was preparing for the government examination. And in India, till 28 only you can, being as a general candidate, you can only work, get a government job till the 28. So I wanted to reach that till that. After that, I wanted to go for a test if I want that. So right now I'm looking for the SIDBI, then I will go for the RBI. I will prepare for RBI. And if things go in align, then I will go move abroad for MBA. And if not, then I will again try for the test. Because
so basically, there is no end for Samir Prakash. Is keep on going and like achieving.
no, actually for the government exam, the age limit is 28 only. After 28, I will not able to apply in the government examination in the country.
Okay, I got it. Glad to hear that, Samir. And now we have Kushagra, who recently converted GIM. He's in GIM right now, and he also converted. What is the name of that college of Pune, which is famous for finance?
NIBM Pune.
NIBM, yes. So he got into NIBM as well. And one fact which I want to tell about Kushagra. Kushagra had a year back when he was into his graduation, but still he didn't get it to be a reason to not go for something better, right? So he was preparing for government jobs. He was in a very good colleges, his undergrad college, which I am talking about. But there was a setback. Then he collected himself back, and boom, now he's in GIM, which is remarkable. So I just wanted to know about his journey, how he managed to get into GIM.
Yeah. So I will first start with NIBM Pune. So I think in general there was around 900 something people who were waitlisted for the interview, and I was at the bottom end because my percentile was 98, and I still remember my interview. My interview was taken by the dean, and I still remember the one instance when he asked which book are you reading now? I say James Atomic Habit. So I think he said what's the author name? I say James. Sina, what's the surname? I think I didn't remember the surname. Any more books do you read? So actually, I just have a search about a search. I have a search beforehand before the interview. So my interview was actually taken by the dean. So his profile was he was actually a pass out from IIM Calcutta. So at that time, I was the only thing I have is let's be honest, let's not lie to him. So he said he asked me what are the other books that you read? I just remain silent. see like any book, sir. I said like, sir, I only read like the Nagas trilogy. So all that so all that so he just said like, that's over. Like he gonna reject me. He just said best of luck for your next college. But still, I make into the general category. Only there were 60 seats, and I also made into the GIM. And GIM offers the like big data analyst. It's among the like top two. It's among GIM is in the top two position in the India in terms of offering BDA. Rank one is like IIM Calcutta, and second on it's BDA. And as I am joining the Go Institute of Management in this 14 days of induction program, they taught us like Python, Excel Advanced, and some like hands-on project, case study on shower, some Harvard case analysis. And from Monday, the actual class gonna start. And the campus is like really beautiful. Like as they said, like the heaven is here. The campus is really beautiful. Like you can see literally you can see the hills by the campus. Sometimes hills are visible, sometimes hills are not visible with the clouds. And like the sports faculty is very nice, like the swimming pool, football court. And like as you're waving your shirt like fast, like there is no need of fan and anything. Like the temperature is so nice here, like you don't need a fan or anything. You just need a blanket. Without fan you still need a blanket. And also one thing, like I it rains so much here, like I literally use umbrella so much here that I didn't use in my entire life. You always have to carry an umbrella here. If you go to a class, umbrella. If you go to a like just a walk, you have to carry umbrella. You always have to carry umbrella. So the experience is being nice here till now.
Great, 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 great. Good to hear about your experience. And guys, आप लोगों को जो join करा है, like Raj, Aryan, and others, you will all get a chance to ask your questions, whatever you have in your mind. So please stick till the end. And we also have some announcement to make, who we are and what we do, and who these people are. Kushagra, Sonu, Sukhin, and Abhishek, who they are. Like I'm sure you guys all know about Civil Discourse, right? You are must be from that group, or maybe I have dropped a link on in other group as well. But however, let me tell you, we are here at Civil Discourse, try to help, not help. This is something initiative led by the aspirants, and we try to help aspirants in honing their communication skills, and we believe that communication skills is something can't be improved in a matter of month, a week. Like people tend to think that once they clear the written exams, they will go to for the preparation of interviews and all. So we try to help everyone. With this platform so that they can work upon their communication skills, and on top of that we bring mentors like people who are into current top B schools or ex-student or experienced public speakers. So they help with evaluation and all. So that is what we do. I just wanted to give you guys a gist of it. So at the end of this session, I will talk more about it, and what we are up to right now. We'll talk in detail, right? So moving ahead, I have another questions. With not specific to anyone, it is a general question. Like Sukhin left job to prepare for CAT and other MBA exams, and Abhishek is someone who was into a job and preparing for exams, right? So I just want to ask you guys. Is it a wise decision to drop a job, a regular job, your well-paying job, and go for the preparation, or is it possible to prepare for the exams along with a job? Abhishek, Sukhin, anyone can take it. I mean, Abhishek and Sukhin both will have their say in this question because both are like opposite.
Sukhin, yeah, I think
अभिषेक
you
भाई
could.
आप एंकर
I,
वाले हो, आपकी
नहीं
इज्जत
नहीं
थोड़ी
नहीं
ज्यादा, आप पहले बोलिए सर.
नहीं यार. I'm saying that you should go first. I will let you know both of my experience because I have left my job earlier as well. So you go first, then I will say both the parts.
Okay, mate. So, are given, if you have the option to tough it out and not leave your job, don't leave your job. Okay. So, because if you have the aptitude, if you know that you can manage it alongside your job, it requires a couple of hours prep every day. If you're able to do it, don't leave. In my case, I knew that मैं जितनी मर्जी मेहनत कर लूँ 2-3 घंटे नहीं होगा. So essentially, that's what drove my decision, that my basics are not clear at all. If I need to be in a position that at least I can appear for interviews, I need to have everything set in place, right from basics of 10th maths, 8th maths, everything. So that was not possible with my current profile or what I was doing at the time and the number of hours I was spending doing it. So I decided that let's take a risk for a year. If things work out, well and good. If don't, then you can always try and get the job. So that was my rationale. If you can afford to not leave your job, then I would advise don't leave it, because then the question that why did you leave becomes very uncomfortable to answer. You have to have a very solid answers for most colleges. Colleges like TISS and MICA are more forgiving about this, but yes, you need to be very solid about your reasoning.
So what Sukhin has said ना वो बहुत guts बोल दिया, क्योंकि आपको ही पता है कि आप क्या कर सकते हो. इंटरनेट आपको पता है कि आप कितना ले जा सकते हो. जैसे मैं अपना इंस्टेंस बताता हूँ, मैंने जॉब भी छोड़ा था. देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन आई लेफ्ट माय कॉर्पोरेट जॉब. लेकिन तब मेरा टारगेट दूसरा था. तब मेरा टारगेट था गवर्नमेंट में जॉब के लिए प्रिपेयर करना, क्योंकि मेरे लिए कंप्लीटली नया फील्ड था. तो मैंने टाइम लिया अपना, एक साल के लिए 1.5 साल के लिए प्रिपेयर किया, एंड देन आई गॉट सर्टिफिकेट विद वन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज. तो वो मैं एक चीज बोलूंगा कि जो आपका गैप ईयर होता है ना, लिटरली इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू जस्टिफाई. मैंने आईआईएम्स भी क्रैक किए, आईआईटी भी क्रैक किए, जहां पे मैं इंटरव्यू देने जाता हूं ना अपना, बिलीव मी इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू जस्टिफाई, बिकॉज वो ये पूछते हैं कि आप एक साल, आपको अपने अपना भरोसा नहीं करेगा कि आप अपनी जॉब के साथ नहीं कर सकते. बट देयर इज सेकंड एस्पेक्ट व्हिच यू कैन से, व्हिच मैंने अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से भी सीखा कि देयर वाज अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इन माय जॉब जब मैं बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस कि मतलब मेरे 14 वर्किंग आवर्स होते थे बीइंग इन अ गवर्नमेंट सर्विस. तो एट दैट टाइम मुझे लगा कि मुझे थोड़ा छोड़ना चाहिए. और देखिए गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है, आप छुट्टियां ले सकते हैं. तो आई टेक मतलब a month holiday to prepare for this. That was from my side. But शायद प्राइवेट में उतना हमारे पास उतना लेवरेज नहीं होता. प्राइवेट में उतना लेवरेज नहीं देता आपको कि आप इतनी छुट्टियां ले सकते. तो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन मल्टीपल फैक्टर्स. फर्स्ट कि आपको खुद पे कितना कॉन्फिडेंस है, कितने आवर्स आप दे सकते हैं. थर्ड सेकंड तो यही था कि आप कितने आवर्स दे सकते हो, आपका जॉब कितना एग्जॉस्टिंग है. तो क्योंकि ये एक बहुत बड़ा रहता है कि अगर आप चलिए 8 घंटे भी काम करते हैं, बट इट्स अ रिलैक्सिंग जॉब, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेसफुल नहीं, तो आप घर पे आके पढ़ सकते हो. इट्स नॉट अ बिग थिंग. आप टाइम दे सकते हो, बिल्कुल टाइम दे सकते हो. बट इफ योर जॉब इज वेरी फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग, तो बिलीव मी यू कैन नॉट study. This is a thing.
I think, yes. Do you have anything more to say, Abhishek?
One thing मैंने बताया कि मैंने उसके लिए छुट्टी ली थी, टेस्टनेट नहीं ली, बट फॉर इंटरव्यूज मैंने छुट्टियां नहीं ली थी, क्योंकि मैंने अपने मैनेजर को क्लियर कर बोल दिया कि मैं ऑफिस आवर्स में ही काम करूंगा, उसके बाद नहीं करूंगा. तो मुझे समझ में आ गया कि मेरे को ऑफिस आवर्स में ही काम करना है, मेरे पास इनफ टाइम रहेगा घर पे आने के बाद. तो फिर मैंने छुट्टी नहीं ली. मतलब मैंने जॉब के साथ उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन चल, लेकिन मुझे पता था कि उसके लिए मैं प्रिपेयर कर सकता हूँ और मेरे ऑफिस आवर्स भी बहुत ही नॉर्मल चल रहे हैं. तो वो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आपकी जॉब में कितना क्या आपका इंटरफेरेंस रहेगा. These are the two things. So decide accordingly.
Thank you, Abhishek, for explaining this. Like repeatedly asked questions by aspirants or the should have my job. So I think that cleared the area there. And the next question which I have, like let's get into the preparation of different exams. Let's start with the TISS. So Abhishek, Sukhin, and Sonu, you all three have cleared your TISS and also interview. So I would like to hear from you guys. What are the strategies you used or you had for your TISS preparation, and what would you suggest to the aspirant who want to do TISS? Sonu, you can start.
Yeah. Sonu.
Okay, so before this, I was preparing for the banking examination, and this is a major chunk of the current affairs, GK section, like 40 marks. So my math is not that good because even I have I'm engineering background, but my math and English is not that strong. So I was focusing on the GK part because in GK I get 1 or 0. It is actually full marks. Like so, I scored even if my score in GK was 34 marks out of 40. So for the current affairs, I prepared for Adda 247 is the application, and Affairs Cloud is also there because I was preparing for the banking examination. And for the static part, I used Lucent, but I was just stick to syllabus. If you stick to because Lucent is a very huge book. It contains like 200 pages basically for the SSC examination. So if you analyze the previous papers of the TISS examination, it contains like a particular section. Like for example, they use a modern history. After the 1500, they use all the especially recent history after the independence. So and generally the content of the modern history is very I think it's like 5 to 6 marks every year, not that much. Apart from this, in the test, there is also a major chunk of the questions asked on the government schemes that happened in the recent years. So you have to also focus on that. So if your maths is weak, you can focus on the GK part. And there is if you and for current affairs, last 3 months is the most important part. Let's say example, if the exam happened in the month of March or February last week, then start preparing for the current affairs from the month of November, December, January, February, and the last 9 months I start reading about the current affairs, like from the month of August. That much. And for the mathematics, I would just go for the back clerk examination mathematics because this mathematics is not difficult as the CAT examination. They are generally basic questions, but if you see the test examination mathematics portion, it's very wide variety of questions. Like they also ask from trigonometry, they also ask from probability, and all these questions are also from the test examination. And grammar is also a part of the test. Grammar and like English grammar and the classes also, but DI there is a one section on the DI also. So for that, I would suggest go for the banking clerk paper like previous year. That will give you a wide variety of the questions. So that's and for the interview, I would suggest that for me it was a second attempt for the TISS examination. So last year they did not ask me anything from my what do you say the detail on the application.
Detailed application form.
Last time they did not ask me any from the DAP, but this time they was just stick to the DAP, and they were just asking me everything from that. And since I was working in the banking section, they asked me that how will you banking section will going to help you in the labor organization, or HRM how it is going to, and how HRM works in your organization, like this. And generally and if you see that this is a very liberal college, it's not very capitalist or very left-wing college, very liberal college. So the question will be more aligned with liberal, like reservation in the private sector question, all these questions. Even if you are not aligned with their point of view, you have to, what is a liberal point of view? You have to answer question very generic question. Like for example, they ask you that whether you like reservation or not, it's your personal point of view. But while answering the question, you have to think of society or section of the society. So it's a if you see that if the answer should be a special answer, you don't have very generic. If you answer generic, then they will cross question in this type. But for example, they ask me that who the person you admire the most. I told it very well, and the Ambedkar. And then they ask me what is the specific reason of admiring these people. Why not others? Like for example, in someone's group, he told Elon Musk or something. I gave just like 10 marks and 12 marks in the interview. Even his interview is very good. So you have very point of view and just see the profiles of the professors. They are very good professors and so yeah, thank you. This one from my side. And one more thing, for the external board, we read the recent newspapers, like for the past week, like for my external topic is crisis. And the second topic I asked for that is online education, is training the brain and something like that. This is the second question. So the question of the external will be very recent questions related to that, not very. Thank you.
Okay, now Abhishek, you can take.
Sukhin, bro.
Abhishek scored more marks than I did.
No issue with that. Yeah, you should go.
So I'll just stick to what I know. See, I know that I will not score insanely well in GK. I pretty much did that portion because by the time I finally got serious about this TISS paper, I given so many others that I was almost exhausted. This had happened sort of at the end. So I knew that I can't do a lot in GK in 1 month's time, despite purchasing subscription from here and there. But what I knew that this has pure quant and verbal. Right. My quant is not very strong, but it's strong enough to at least score respectable marks in the TISS paper. So I targeted maximizing my marks from quant and verbal. So, and the second thing is that I've had a habit of reading the newspaper every single morning since many years. So even if I knew absolutely zero, if I know zero GK, there is still some familiarity with the subject that I had. So I knew that I'll be able to at least solve 15 questions. I ended up solving 22-7 was a lucky guess or sort of an elimination process by which I removed the options. But I still had a fair idea about those questions, and that is how I was able to even sail through the GK section. So my strategy was maximize quant and verbal because that is also 60 marks. It's not a small number. That is 60 marks that you can get. And if you're not good at GK, you can't remember that stuff, or you don't have any strategy to clear GK. Just target clearing 14 marks, which will be cut off, and maximize your marks in the other section. That's what I did. Now I did not expect here the cutoffs. I clearly slipped by the HR cutoff by 1 mark. But when I did, I knew that if I clear the cutoff, I have a good interview. So I will absolutely do well in the interview and ensure that portion through initiatives with Civil Discourse. I must have done around 30-35 mock interviews for my and I did also give about 17 interviews. So I had a good 20 interviews worth of repository, almost 50 interviews by the time I my TISS interview. So I knew that I would interview very, very solidly. And my HR interview did not go as well. I'm still on the wait list at 20. I converted ODCL. So I came pretty close to HR and I converted ODCL because I knew that I'll do well at the extended interview because I practiced a lot. That's just the gist of it. Just become very comfortable with all of the questions that will make you uncomfortable because there will be many. So that's what my target was and that's what my plan was.
Thank you, Sukhin.
Over to Abhishek.
We have Abhishek if he has any to add. Most of the things has been covered already, but yeah, let's listen to Abhishek.
Yeah, I think most of the thing has been regarding interview part, especially Sukhin has covered that the practice is the basic key elements for his interview and extemporary round. Even I have given 2 interviews in a day, and this was going on and around for continuously 7 days. So I had given around 14 interviews in a week, so that I must be prepared for my interviews. The biggest problem with me was my communication skills. I do have a great knowledge, but whenever I try to reflect it in my thoughts, I was not very much comfortable with that. So what I know that I do have a knowledge, but what I need to do is to practice a lot so that at least I'm able to reflect my thoughts. At least I'm able to articulate what I'm trying to say. So these are the basic thing regarding interview. I think interview part is done from the Sukhin side only. Considering the test net, I have a very different approach because I have cleared CAT as well and prepared for government exam as well. So I know that quant and English section would not be a big problem for me. The only thing which I have to prepare is the general awareness part. And roughly, I have started the preparation 15 days before the examination, if I'm not wrong. So before the 15 days, I know that I do not have a lot of time. So I hit the target of 3 month current affairs only, and remaining the static part is a very much open, means they can ask anything, so you cannot really very prepare for that in a very short span of time. So I do reading of my journal notes which I used to prepare for government examinations. So that would suffice for me at least, that कि एक जनरल जिस्ट होना चाहिए आपके पास हर टॉपिक के बारे में. जियोग्राफी ले लो, हिस्ट्री में मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री पूछते हैं यूजुअली वो लोग, तो आपको मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री का थोड़ा बहुत एक जिस्ट पता होना चाहिए ताकि आप एटलीस्ट ऑप्शंस को एलिमिनेट कर सके. तो वो चीज़ थी. बाकी मेरा एक मतलब मैंने पहले भी टेस्ट नेट दिया हुआ था, तो मुझे पता था कि मैं इंग्लिश और मैथ कर लूंगा. इट्स ऑल ओनली अबाउट द जनरल अवेयरनेस पार्ट, जिसके लिए मुझे करंट अफेयर्स करना पड़ेगा. तो मैंने 3 मंथ का किया था. तो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट दैट.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Now, I think we will not delve into the CAT preparation, since we have people who are who have prepared for testnet mainly. So we'll do this CAT thing later on. We have people who are into IIM Amritsar and Indore and Lucknow. So we'll get them some other day and get them talking about CAT. So my next question, we have already talked about interview part. So I just want to ask Abhishek, you have appeared for 2 times, right, at TISS, and also Sonu. So I just want to ask you guys that you must have got some idea what they want in a candidate. So what is that you have identified the thing which they are looking for in a candidate?
My personal experience is very much different, because I have given the last interview was 4 years back. तो एट दैट टाइम मेरा इंटरव्यू स्टार्ट ही उन्होंने ऐसे किया था कि डू यू नो अबाउट एफएमसीजी सेक्टर, सो व्हाट आर द प्रॉब्लम दैट एफएमसीजी सेक्टर्स आर हैविंग, what are the roles of the HR in the FMCG sector. So at that time I was in the college, so मुझे उतना नॉलेज नहीं था. बीइंग अ कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट, मुझे उतना नहीं पता था कि कॉर्पोरेट में कल्चरल क्या एस्पेक्ट्स हो सकते हैं. एफएमसीजी के बारे में बहुत बहुत बेसिक्स पता था, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं पता था. बट वो लोग काफ़ी डीप में लेके गए मेरे को. बट इट वाज माय इंटरव्यू. मतलब मैंने बाकी लोगों से पूछा तो उनका काफ़ी जनरल अवेयरनेस पे हुआ था. जनरल अवेयरनेस जो यूपीएससी टाइप के इंटरव्यूज थे उस पर हुआ था. तो उस टाइम पे मुझे लगा था कि दे वांट पीपल फ्रॉम द एचआर बैकग्राउंड ओनली, या फिर एचआर के का कुछ एक्सपीरियंस लेके बंदा आए या फिर नॉलेज लेके आए. बट दिस टाइम इट वाज अ लिटिल बिट डिफरेंट, बिकॉज मैंने अभी अपना बैच का ही देखता हूँ तो मेरे बैच में आई फाइंड दैट मोर देन अराउंड 50% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स वर फ्रॉम द यूपीएससी बैकग्राउंड. मीन्स दे हैव प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर यूपीएससी एंड देन कन्वर्टेड इट. तो मेरे को ये एक थोड़ा शिफ्ट लगता है कि मोर देन 50% ऑफ द बैच इज फ्रॉम द यूपीएससी बैकग्राउंड. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि उनको एमए मतलब एचआर के बैकग्राउंड की बंदे चाहिए, बट रादर दे वर सर्चिंग फॉर एन एटीट्यूड. मतलब एटीट्यूड इन द सेंस कि आप कितना डेस्परेट हो, कितना डेस्परेट तो नहीं बोलूंगा, डेस्परेट इज अ रॉन्ग वर्ड, बट कितना डेडिकेटेड हो उस कोर्स के लिए. वो सबसे बड़ी चीज देखते हैं कि कितना नीड है आपको, कितना आपको नॉलेज है, सीखने का कितना एंथुसियाज्म है आप में. शायद वो चीजें वो लोग देख रहे हैं अभी. मुझे ऐसा फील हुआ. ओनली थिंग इज एटीट्यूड, रेस्ट ऑल द थिंग्स वर वेरी मच नॉर्मल. क्योंकि इस बार जो इंटरव्यू हुआ था उसमें काफी नॉर्मल चीजें पूछी गई थी. मेरी जॉब से रिलेटेड पूछा गया था, और थोड़ा बहुत लेबर लॉ से रिलेटेड पूछा गया था, जो कि मैं काफी फैमिलियर था. और थोड़ा बहुत मैंने इंटरव्यू को अपनी तरफ डाइवर्ट करने का भी कोशिश किया था कि जो मेरे स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट्स हैं मैं उधर ही लेके जाऊं. कि पिछली बार मैं नहीं कर पाया था, तो इस बार मैंने उस पॉइंट पे लेके ही नहीं गया जहाँ पर वो कॉर्पोरेट्स की बातें चालू हो जाती. क्योंकि कॉर्पोरेट जहाँ पे इन्वॉल्व होता, मे बी आई वुड नॉट बी एबल टू आंसर देयर.
Right. Sonu, do you have anything to add?
आई थिंक अभिषेक ने सारे पॉइंट्स कवर ही कर दिए. बट एक चीज मैं वही बोलूंगा कि जो यूपीएससी वाले बच्चे होने का चांस इसलिए ज्यादा था बिकॉज दे वांटेड अ गाइज हु आर मोर सोशली अवेयर कि उनके सराउंडिंग में हो क्या रहा है. बिकॉज दे डोंट वांट अ गाय हु इज नॉट अवेयर कि हो क्या, लाइक दे आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ सीएनआरसी क्या है. दे वांटेड अ गाय हु इज सोशली अवेयर ऑफ सिचुएशन इज हैपनिंग इन द कंट्री राइट नाउ. दे and I just say in the starting they are a very liberal mindset college, so they don't, so you can understand what I meant. Okay, this is a labor law. If you see the course content, human resource and labor resources, so you should know कि labor का laws क्या, rights क्या हैं. And if you are a liberal point of view, then you can thought about the labor rights. Otherwise, if you are a capitalistic mindset and only generating profit is your goal, then you won't think about the labor. So they don't want a topper guy. If you see the class ratio, यहाँ पे कोई टॉपर बंदा नहीं है. There everyone is a average students है यहाँ पे. Because
yes, Sonu, please go ahead.
मैं ये बोल रहा था कि if you see that the class there, यहाँ को सब देखो यूपीएससी का 4th अटेम्प्ट था लोगों का. फिर कोई गवर्नमेंट जॉब से आए हैं, एसएससी प्रिपेयर कर रहा था, कोई ये कर रहा था. So they want a guy बहुत diverse background है, like from a काफी reputed एक sir थे, he's from the SSC CGL, उन्होंने clear किया था from the income tax department. So ऐसे बंदे हैं यहाँ पे. So you have to be different from the others. Otherwise बहुत लोग ऐसे भी नहीं, IIM से call आया वो test convert नहीं हुआ. So इनका interview totally different है. If you see the IIM's interview and test interview, दोनों का बहुत difference होता है.
Right. As I have heard someone who is into test here, कि भाई IIM में वो तुम्हें इसलिए लेते हैं कि वो तुम्हारी जॉब लगा पाएंगे, नहीं लगा पाएंगे. इसमें इसलिए लेते हैं कि वो तुम्हें पढ़ाना चाहते या नहीं चाहते. So this is the same line I keep on reminding myself. अच्छा guys, yes, Sonu, you have anything?
No, continue.
Okay. So, Kushagra, I wanted to ask you, like you have a different experience, like GIM or other interviews which you have applied for. So they look for something different. So just if you can talk about that, what exactly you like identified the thing they are looking for in a candidate, like whether it's GIM or NIBM or other institute you have appeared for.
In terms of interview, I will say, like, I think confident, like you should have a confident personality, because like in PI I have a extemper, like a random extemper. So you must be confident, like your personality should be confident, because they can throw anything to you. Like I still remember, like I went through like a PI gonna happen, a personal interview gonna happen. Then say like this is an extemper, you have to speak on a topic. So that's the first thing. Second, I would say like more like try to speak on facts. Like if you say like I'm a good speaker, how you gonna define it? Like if you say I'm good at debate, how you gonna define it? But like if you say like I have played like I state TT, or I have played badminton in I state badminton, or I have made a project, something like that, you can talk about that. So try to stick on facts. And I think like everyone has a story, like they are like they are pro, like they just interview people like 100 or 200, or they have been doing throughout their life. So everyone came with a story, like I have done this in my college, I have done that in my college, I have done this and that in college. So they easily gonna discriminate between that it's a white lie or it's a black lie. So just try to stick on facts, be confident. That's
Great. Thank you so much, Kushagra. I have last question. After that, we will move to the what should I call them? Like audience or maybe like aspirants. So I will go to them and
family.
let them ask questions, whatever they have. So before that, I just have one more question to ask. Like we were talking about interviews. So I just wanted to ask you guys how important is to have a good communication. Like the whole interview is a process of communicating with the other person on the other side of the table, right? So how like it is important to or how it gives you edge if you have a good communication skills. So if you guys can talk about it, because this is the same thing which we do at here Civil Discourse. So I just wanted to ask you guys your experience, how it is helpful. Sukhin or Abhishek, anyone can go ahead, please.
Abhishek, you want to take this one?
I think he is off. I will reach out to him.
Anyway, so tell you what, so communication skills are going to be important not just for your interviews, personal interviews, but also later on when you join your B-school or whatever course you join. And by communication skills, a lot of people worry about whether or not they stutter or they get stuck in the middle of it, or if they have a regional accent. So these are the things that they tend to worry about, which is completely irrelevant to the interviewer at most instances. But you have to be coherent. You have to make sense in whatever you're saying, and that is the more important thing to ensure. And coherence comes from practice. You need to understand, how do I structure my points, how do I structure my answer, so that it is task oriented, it's action oriented, or it really brings out the best in my personality. And that will come through rigorous practice, not just in individual mock interviews, but also group discussions or other initiatives that you might be part of. So don't worry about the factors that are outside of your control, like how you speak. I mean, how you speak can be fixed to a certain extent. How fast you speak, how slow you speak. But don't worry about things like whether or not I have a little accent, I have a little stutter, or I pause a bit in between. These are things that are not as important, but you have to make sense in whatever you speak. That's the gist of it.
Great. Thank you so much, Sukhin. Kushagra, if you have anything to add.
In terms of communication skills,
Yes.
no, I will say like just just be honest to you. Like no one knows better than you. So everyone knows like where I'm lacking it. And the thing is like something there are something like that are but better in like group. Like no, if you want to practice something like this, there are some practices that are better in group. So in terms of improving communication skills, I think like group exercises are the best. So if you think I just lack in my sharing my thoughts, or I just shattering or stammering in between, you just try to have a good group exercise. And like I also shared in like previous meetings, like there is a tool like what actually I do. Like there is a three-way process. Like first we think in mind like what we gonna speak. Second, we convert into the English. Third, we then speak. So if you want to just speak like fluently, or if you just don't want to stammer in between, just make it a two-way process. Like think in English and speak in English. No, it just actually improves your speed. It actually removes your stammer. Cause no, what happened is like sometimes we think something in Hindi and then we just lost in between. Like what was the word for that Hindi word? Or we just like stammer in between. No, I just think in Hindi, but how to convert it in English? So just think in English and speak in English. Like that gonna improve you a lot. And writing and other things also improve that. So that's the tool for me.
Thank you so much, Kushagra. Sonu, if you have anything to add, please go ahead.
I will just say that in this, I felt that language doesn't matter there. You can even go for if you're not comfortable in English, you can even go with the Hindi there also. Faculties are because we are living 21st century, and I think every company is going to be okay with you even you speak Hindi or English. But be point to point, like don't bluff with them because they know more than you, and be honest. That's it. Just don't bluff.
Thank you so much, Sonu, Kushagra, Sukhin, and Abhishek. Now we are moving to the members who have joined, and let them ask questions, whatever they have in their mind. One by one, we can take questions. We
Yeah,
have,
so I have a question, guys.
yes, Pranav.
Yes.
Yes,
So
please go
going
ahead.
forward, what exactly are you looking for, as in like HR consulting or HRBP role or HR operations or maybe talent acquisition, and what could be the reason for that? Also,
You
is
have
there
to
any
find.
target company? Is there any target company for you guys? Like it was the test institute when you were, studying. But if you are going for a job, what exactly you're looking for?
Can I take this one?
Yes, please.
Hi, Pranav. Pranav, what I would advise and what the mindset I went with is never have a target profile and never have a target company, because the market is very volatile. What the company that is hiring today might not hire the next year. So if you go with this approach that I want to go into company X profile Y, the process is so complex that there's the chance that you might not even make it to the initial shortlist. So go to such programs with a very open mind that I'm here to learn, and as I learn alongside, I will figure out what companies I want, what profiles I want. It's good to have that sort of clarity. I'm not saying that it's bad to have that clarity. If you have that clarity, that's excellent. But the nature of these programs is they're unpredictable and volatile. So I would expect, or I would advise that you go with the flow rather than just be stubborn about everything that you want. Since you are competing with a lot of people, market changes almost every 6 months, every year. So what's there today might not be available tomorrow, or it could change very significantly. So that would be my advice.
I think
That's great,
that answered your
Sukhin.
question, Pranav, right?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Great. Uh, Next, who is up?
Hi, I'm audible?
Hi, Arjun. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to ask about your testnet preparation. So how many mocks you given for testnet and from where you given for mocks? And this is my first question. And the second question is
Arjun,
that
Arjun,
how
Arjun,
much?
Arjun, I'm very sorry, but you are not audible. There is some disturbance from your side. Please, can you please come again?
Is it okay?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. My first question is regarding the testnet mocks. So how many mocks you given for exam and from where you attend the mocks?
Okay, so Arjun, they can answer your first question, but they won't be able to tell the sources because that will be like we don't like want to like name any platform. You can search it for yourself. They can tell you how many mocks they have attempted, but probably they may not be able to tell you the name. So, Sonu, Sukhin, anyone who would like to answer this? Abhishek.
Um, in my case, I have given mock test around 6 to 7 just to test my speed and nothing else. Because what I have practiced in the mock test, the pattern was completely different there. The question pattern was not even matching there. So it was just to test my speed whether I am able to complete the test within the time frame or not. So this was all from my side only.
I was preparing for the banking grade B examination, RBI. So I was giving the exam mocks for those examination only, not specifically for a test. So if you see, check that I will give like 10 to 12 mocks, similar pattern to test, not exactly test mocks.
Thank you, guys. I think that answered the question of Arjun. If you have any other question, guys, Arjun or anyone else,
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question.
please go ahead, Sampreet.
So essentially, my question is an open question for all the privileged person out here. So my question is that uh, when you have constantly low academic scores, or you have not, you did not have that great of a performance throughout your previous academics, you have that uh, you have that susceptibility in yourself that maybe it is not for you, or maybe this is something where you cannot do well. Especially in my case, let's say for example that uh, my neighborhood uh, who has constantly outperformed me throughout the academics, and she had the 999 uh, in her academics. So she when she took the CAT exam, she was not able to score more than 75 percentile. I don't know how it happened. So when I was beginning my preparation, I thought, okay, let's give it a try and maybe I will fail. Uh, and if I fail, then we will see what happens. Okay, but so my question is that how you overcome that. Let's say, uh, how do you overcome that point, like in that mindset कि मेरे से नहीं होगा, या फिर uh,
Self doubt.
this, yeah, self doubt, exactly. So if anyone want to take my question, then please.
Please.
Sampreet, if you're comfortable telling me what your scores are, and then I will tell you that my profile is also not the most stellar. Uh, are your scores in 8s or 7s?
Yes, my all scores are in the sevens, 10,
Okay.
12 graduation.
Okay. So, number one, it's going to be hard for you to get into some places because that's just the nature of their selection process. They will assign marks to 10th, 12th graduation, and you will get specific marks. So you can't do anything about that, right? So it makes no sense to think about it because you can't change those factors. I would say that maybe start looking at colleges that are more forgiving about these factors. For example, maybe a college like TISS, or even I would say MICA, they are forgiving about it. MICA, I got into MICA with an 86 percentile in the SAT and not too good scores in their MICAT exam. But you have entire control over the interview process and whatever surrounding processes that are there. So, and also the entrance exam. So just concentrate on those factors that are in your control, that you can challenge and that you can manage. If you have low grad scores, low 10, 12 scores, secure insane marks in the test, score 80 marks, right? And or if you have low grad score, score a 99.5%. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but switch or focus on the factors that are in your control now, rather than think about, "Ki, oh shit, there are only two people with sevens who got selected to IIM. Maybe you can be one of those people." So it's just it's very simple in my mind. It's not as simple when I say it, but yeah, it's a simple equation when I look at it.
I think
I
that
got it. I
answered
got
your
it.
question, Sankit, right?
Yeah, Farhan.
Yeah, I think that answered your question, right?
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for
Okay, guys. So
boosting my model. Yeah.
we don't have any more questions, right? We are done.
Excuse me.
Yes, Raj, please go ahead.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible but not visible. Please go ahead.
Uh, Sorry if there is something disturbance around my side. That's why I'm unable to
Okay, no issue, no issue. Go ahead,
open my
please.
camera. Yeah. And firstly, I would like to thank you all for this great session, and it was quite a bit knowledgeful also. Thank you, Sukhin sir, for solving the doubts. First, everyone. Sir, I just want to ask. There was some kind of disturbance from your side, as you were saying that marks play an important factor of 10th and 12th. So what is your perspective about tests? Means how do they see marks of 10th and 12th?
I
They
think he
don't
was
even
not
ask it.
talking
They don't
about
even ask
this.
our teams.
They don't see marks of
They
10 to
don't.
He was
They
not.
really don't care.
All right, all right. And secondly, I just wanted to ask you that can you please share all your profiles on LinkedIn so that we can, that would be great.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. That should not be an issue. I will drop a link for that. So we are done with the questions, right? Arjun, Raj, Samprit, we are done. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, now we are at the end of the meeting, and so before we end, I just want you guys to know who we are and what we do. So we here at Civil Discourse, we started back in the days 2021 in the month of May. So we started because we felt personal need to work on communication skills because I was personally struggling with it a lot. So I thought, why not get people who are in a similar need, and most of them were an MBA aspirant or any government job aspirants. So they wanted all to brush like communication skills, and so that they can excel in their next interview, API, and thereafter job and all, right. So that was the a thing which I had in my mind initially. So I started it, and a lot of people resonated with the idea. Like we have right now almost 650 members in a group, and we have done almost over 100 sessions. And these people whom you met today, Kushagra, Sukhin, Sonu, Abhishek, they all are very close members, and we all have been like participating in our regular events, and all different activities that we do just to like hone our communication skills. Like we do GD, we do extempore, we do presentation, we do prepared speech delivery and all. So these all activities we do, and on top of that, we bring an evaluator, a credible evaluator who are either into top B school or a ex-student or an experienced public speaker who can give us right feedback, right? Where my standing is right now and where I need to improve and all. So that is how we do it here at Civil Discourse. So earlier we used to do it we were absolutely free, right? But to become operationally viable, we have made already. This already one batch is going on, and we have made it paid, but we have tried to keep it at as minimum as possible so that everybody can afford it, right? So that is the idea, so that we can bring the evaluator, right? So we are just incentivizing the evaluators which we are bringing, and the people who are working for us, so that we can operate. So we are up to this. This is just something which I wanted to let you guys know. And how we are doing it, what are the different plans we have? We have like monthly plans. You can go for that. We have till TISSNet or TISS CAT interviews, whatever you exam targeting for. तब तक के लिए आप कर सकते हो, like we will do 6 session in a month, 4 Sunday and 2 Saturday. And apart from this, as we get close to the interview time, we try to increase the volume of, what is the right word? Let's call it volume, like volume of the session that we do. And apart from that, we also give a mock interview to the aspirant who are looking for it. Like last year, we did for JBIMS MHRD program, and there were like almost 10 students, and 2 of them got into the JBIMS. And yes, that is what we are doing up there, right? So if you have like any interest, inclination to work on your communication skills, because like we certainly believe at here to a civil discourse that the communication skill is something which is like the most important, whether you are targeting for any MBA colleges or you want to go into any corporate life or in general in life, right? It is like the most important. It's a lingua franca of corporate world, right? So we all need to and there's a misconception between the people, like among the people. I also had the same misconception, which got like I got the reality check when I got out from the college. So I had this misconception that I have went to the English medium school. I did colleges. I did everything in English, but studying in English and speaking English is a two different thing, right? So when I got out of my college, I got the attitude like, oh my god, this is not happening. So I personally realized that it needs rigorous practice. I mean regular practice, not rigorous if, and and not many people are privileged enough to have that elite group of friends or circle who like speak English. So I thought we can create a sort of platform where we can get people who really want to work on their comm skills and bring an evaluators who can help us in getting better, right? So that is the idea. And I'm sure Arjun, and there was one more guy, he left it, no issue. So Arjun, are you in our main group, Civil Discourse group, or you came from some random group?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you are in the group, right? So today I will drop a link, Google form link. If you are interested, you can fill your details there, and someone from our team will reach you out and let you know the process and what are the I mean fees, if I call it, you need to pay and all. So if you are interested, you can enroll with us, right? But that is something we are up to. I just wanted to let you guys know, and now we are at the end of the meeting, and I just want to thank everyone, especially Abhishek, Sukhin, and Kushagra. He has to leave because he had his dinner time. He left already, and Sonu already left. And Sonu is here. So guys, thank you so much for joining and helping the aspirants who were in the meeting and the people who are going to watch this on YouTube or any other platform. Thank you so much for helping us. And as I said, these guys were our close member, and they are Sonu, in fact, is a co-founder of this platform. And there's one more, Niharika. She is not here today, and Sampit also, this guy from day one with us, and he's also a co-founder. Thank you so much, guys. I have nothing more to say and add. We'll leave it here and probably meet in next session of Civil Discourse. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Arjun.